tells you that there's a history that you cannot just write it off. And it also calls for a whole mindset change, and it's interesting. When you put up the historical fact and how you were working, you put up 3 people carrying a big dart, and it was interesting. Just going to hit the bull's eye. It tells you about GBC. One bull eye, a dart. One person just go, but you're there. But 3 people had to carry a dart. It tells you, as we're talking about the aged workforce, and so you needed more people to do maybe a simple work. I lived in England for a while, and at one point, when BBC, so the same transformation. Margaret Thatcher's one interview, BBC people came to interview her, and there were 5 of them. One carrying the big microphone, you know, the one that you pull, you go this way. Then the cameraman. There's somebody holding the cameraman cable, and another holding something. So 5 of them. And that was when the woman Prime Minister decided that GBC was an old, BBC was an old empire that needed change. I mean, she thought only 2 people could do that. Why 5? But of course, in that economy, you can pay people off. You can make redundancies. You can even entice them to go, and they will take it. They will run for it, and they will become like outsource people to come and sell something back to them. They will make more money, and they went. But you cannot do that. So it's interesting, and that I relate to that. And indeed, when you came to the way forward, you showed one man throwing the dart to hit the bullseye. It means you are arriving at the point that you have to arrive. And it's interesting to know that your retooling is all by your ITF. I was the Minister for Information then. I think that was the last time we did a retooling before the new one. And I remember when we got the Sony equipment coming in and moving from analog to digital, and it was good. It cost the government money. But this time you haven't come back for anything. It's coming from. It's a good sign that you are working. Now, we open up more, and I'm interested in your properties being encroached. That's something SIGA can work with you on. We cannot sit idle by let, especially private encroachers. We know some of your competitors have also got an issue to deal with, and we'll come to that. And they know themselves. I'm not mentioning their names. Then let me come to Consolidated Bank of Ghana. Interesting, you are GBC, and they are CBG. And we put you together on the same platform. It's interesting. Coincidence, isn't it? But yours was brilliant. And that's why there was no question, or few. You answered everything. And the beauty of it, and I am very happy you dwelt on the SME. We're talking about unemployment. That's our problem in Ghana now. I mean, the whole world maybe covered us, highlighted, and they made it more prolonged. And we are now talking about jobs. Because if you don't have a job, covered or no covered, you have to eat. Covered or no covered, you have to pay your rent. Otherwise, you'll be out. Covered or no covered, you have to find clothes to wear. You have to go to school. And it's about earning something. That's job. It's employment. And the best form or the best way to create employment is through the small and medium-sized enterprises. Not the big corporations. It's SME. It doesn't take much to employ somebody at the SME level. If I'm a baker and I was a baker's son and we needed extra hands, we didn't need to advertise and they're published. We look for them. And in fact, we even pluck them from the streets. If they have no job to do, come on, if you become a baker, we train you. And you can do the bakery. And somebody is out of the street quickly, and they get money. And so the SMEs are the key. Margaret Thatcher used to say they are the future big companies that you are looking at. If you groom them well, you nurture them well, you provide them the infrastructure and the fundamentals, they'll become the big boys in town, the big girls in town. So I'm glad that you are focusing and you're creating that enterprise risk management around your business, where the trust that we all, I remember those days when the banks were being, everybody thought we didn't like some of the banks. No, it was a problem. So there's a financial difficulty and banking crisis. We had to resolve it. And so there was a question of would our money safe? And you were right to highlight that if you had not kept your eye on the ball, some money could have easily got missing in the processes, and you couldn't track it. I mean, you're mentioning about 7 banks to become one. How do you track every transaction going somewhere? And I commend you and your team, especially the team you inherited. They've been very dedicated to the job. And CBG now is everywhere. I've been to some of your offices and they're happy working. They're very, very energized and very happy working. And I commend all staff of CBG, wherever you are, and the Bank of Ghana. And for Ghanaians to hear the turnaround stories. And we commend all of you for being part of SIGA's growth. We are a young authority, but I think we are handling a lot of responsibility, and I commend my senior members, staff here, and the juniors, and the whole of staff members of SIGA. Thank you so much, and we have a lot to learn and a lot to do. It's a bigger one out there, and we'll achieve it. I believe with the goodwill of Ghanaians and the president who backs us everywhere we do, everything we do, and for the staff that we've got, with the dedication of the staff that we've recruited. It used to be a case when they said SIGA didn't have the capacity, so and I admitted. Now we have the capacity. Now I can go to bed knowing somebody's working. It doesn't become Asabi's business alone. It's a teamwork, and I'm glad we've got a team to work with. On that note, we come to the end of the session, and we'll call you for another session. Thank you very much. GBC. Yesu say na box kiti bi no si so na bo 1 o'clock ade azia so akuchia ho na won news wo bokora na first no ye de ba na chi wo bokora nti bi wo bo no konkoro e bokora na ora ho ene ya ti de san ye konkoro no wo bo keke na ye re ho. In fact, baby, I need a feed the 1 year Juma crisis. I year Juma, when Juma Numu Ayado, Kawa nodded the whole GBC for which you should be. Why you been put my feed one channels now at its own, or by a commercial, I don't want to see cabin. I'm the one challenge, another other. Why you when Juma, do you ye papa, now or your sensitive kakra, only when Juma your phone. Then them in my yin, a car for computer basic watch, a car for Obama Bayamo. Nti watch wa bo bra nso computer no bontase nti ikade yi na ezinso ana no bofu nti ono ya da oye kasa na negotiation na we you onu fiwa then GBC becomes a commercially set up, but of course it's got the public service that it has to deliver. Ono oda ba no so yehwe na yen policy yetumi so sabi dem a TV license asema ya kan obi ampedo tue say e ba pekwan bi na ya reclassify na yehu de o nye de TV keke. But because now a radio no there and our computer BBNT GBC no wa me henyu age. Ya de ko CBG or consolidated and na mo kra ye 2 year performance monitoring and evaluation abrofo no ten ni tie twa there ejuma na wo ye no there is henyu eze chi ye ko head say electricity company for instance was wo your substation wo you commander or the assassin wa akoto ana wa age platform wa ye cables are was ban wa ye machinery ba ono na SIGA ye tunu eze chi tam pasika na was the ka substation wa ye ni so here ejuma in there ye ko foam. Nothing so here so ya a computer system ya na the bibia ya be for computer ye wo online and then on get what the manual documents was the break now who botuma download ni so ye tuma monitor one tentem mobile as in on say and san ye hu nti wore ye na ye hwe na me so bibia meten broni free bibi dashboard and at the kakala wunde nyama instruments wo wenyim mobile am so mo hu mo lokọ na bibi ko chewa ya ye ni ye ntwa na as in say na ye kosu ye be correcting na wa anka say na Ghana Japaze no so ya abono ho ba nti mu da ma aso so
Machine Consolidated Bank ye fiase no na ejuma kesepa esan say na banks no on also branches and na technology on the ejuma no so na ayebebre be na ese di nyina bom enti na ejuma kese ba no kre your bombarding, yeah, share branches no, they consolidate technology no so you share mu ye papa no ye the yejuma and your papa no so and ye jano na ye ko enim hwe no say ye crowd and say enjuman kete market women and small manufacturing and even salaried employees one only and target. It's young call say compare big companies any of my ejuma because senior you cannot brony say SMEs are the lifeblood of the economy and small businesses drive employment. It's a honey share. Now your ejuma be brave or your loans be 224 million was our sector no. That's how so any abaye ejuma or Obantapa projects, no, any other projects abaye. Yeah, CBG, yeah, just 3 years old, but 3 years no. Osha na ejuma ya bona afata pa. Yeah, and I mentioned say ejuma ndos na because me konyi na mu a ye mfi ha ne. But the tiesia ne say ye no ya ye na CBG no afi esi ho it makes me abua ubia whatever you need from a banking service. It's been about here and